Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. You know, I have a really bad habit of running red lights. I need to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Cthulhu, Death May Die, Season 4. Cthulhu Death May Die Season 4 is the latest expansion to your Cthulhu Death May Die game. Now, this is, of course, another big box that's got a whole bunch of new investigators. You have got all sorts of new cards and some new rules, and of course, some new big baddies. First of all, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these kooky new investigators. You've got Bruno Vitali, a street tough. You've got Gary West, who loves to play with dynamite. You've got Anika Biko, student of arcane mastery. You've got Rosario Guerra, a mechanic who loves machine guns. You've got Sylvia Doyle, a reformed cultist. You've got John Fernsby, a former British general. This game also has some new rules. It has the unknown monsters. Essentially, what you're doing here is you've got another board, the unknown board, and you're going to place these unknown monster cards on the unknown board. Now, you're going to mix within the Mythos deck the unknown cards. Now, what this means is when you draw the unknown card, you activate one of the unknown monsters on the board, and then you draw another Mythos card. You also have a few new pathologies, fears, and terrors that your investigators suffer from. You also have relics, which start out on a weakened side, but after you get to about the third level on your sanity track, they flip over and they become more powerful and more helpful in your endeavor. Now, of course, the big baddie of this game is Nitharotep. I think that's how it's pronounced. Nitharotep. Now, Nitharotep is, of course, this big, almost like dragon creature that is scary and ugly, but he starts out in human form, and you actually have him on the board, and he's causing all sorts of trouble, and you can't really fight him or anything when he's on the board in human form before the ritual is completed. But you also have moon beasts, which are really ugly, going around the board. And you have a bunch of other monsters that are out there doing their things as well, causing all sorts of problems. Now, this expansion comes with 6 new scenarios, episodes. They each have their own cards and special surprises inside. And if you can succeed in defeating the ritual and the monsters in a specific episode, then you win! Cthulhu Death May Die, Season 4. We'll get back to the review in just a moment. I want to take a minute to ask you to check out my other channel, that is Cody Carlson, PhD, where we talk about history, books on history, military history. I even post some of my lectures for my classes on there. Please check that out. Please subscribe to that channel. And now, back to the review. Okay, so this is an expansion to the base game. This is actually the first expansion I played. I own Season 2. I haven't played anything from Season 2 yet. But the good people at Asmodee and CMON sent me Season 4. And I played this a couple of times now. I played the first 2 scenarios from this one. And first of all, I really like the relics. I think the relics are awesome, giving investigators just another little boost there to help them. I think that is really fun. Unknown monsters, which is kind of a big part of this game. They are tough, and that's really a difficulty thing. If you're not looking for a really difficult game, you probably don't want to play with them. I think they're there primarily to up the difficulty level of the game. Because honestly, those 2 scenarios I played, the first one, we didn't come close. The second one, we were like this close, and had we not played with the unknown monsters, we probably would have won. The way they function is pretty cool. And the Mythos cards, you draw them and they move, and then you do something else. That's pretty cool. I like it, but it's just hard. Just be aware. It's very difficult to play with them in this game for that reason. But the monsters themselves that the game comes with are all fun and creepy and have great abilities, which I really enjoyed, which we really got a kick out of. And Nyarlathotep, however we pronounce him, is a great monster. He is moving around the board. I mean, it's just beautiful to look at around the board. And of course, he's causing all sorts of problems as he moves and spreading fire and all sorts of things. Really enjoyed playing with him. The scenarios that I played have been fun, particularly, I'll tell you right now, without too many spoilers. I don't like to get into the nuts and bolts because I don't want to give spoilers away, but the first scenario takes place on an airship, and it is really cool. I really thought that was a great setting and tense and a lot of fun. And the way the investigation cards came out, I thought was brilliant. Fun episode there. All told, this is a great expansion. I love Cthulhu Death May Die. Like I say, I played several of the base game scenarios, not all of them yet, but I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. I thought season 4 was tremendous fun. I think the monsters here are great. I think the investigators are fun. The game, it's essentially the same game. Nothing revolutionary that this adds except a lot more cool stuff. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to recommend this as an expansion. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I think it's a lot of fun. If you're a fan of Cthulhu Death May Die, I think at some point, definitely, you're going to want to pick this one up. Thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, I'd ask you to please give a thumb to this video on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and please leave a thumb for this video on Board Game Geek as well. If you like what we do here, please check out my other channel, that is Cody Carlson, PhD, where we talk about history, military history, books on history, those sorts of things. I even put up some of my lectures on that channel. It would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to that channel. And if you do really enjoy the stuff we do here, I would humbly ask you to click on the Super Thanks button and leave a tip. Speaking of running red lights, the cop and I both cried when he gave me my ticket. It was a moving violation. Please somebody help me on my feet again, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band. God knows that I love. What's gonna do? Play another Cthulhu game? Ha! Cthulhu ain't nothing! Dracula! Fury of Dracula! Yeah!